take so long to do drugs?
Is that Rainbow Dash on your shirt?
I don't want to feel the feelings.
I need to eat a bunch of cheese boxes.
The best parts of hanging out with these guys, without the hangover.
I have not.
Well, welcome back to Zig and Larry Ignore a Topic, the only show that admits to what it is. And what we are is
Keep going. Go down that road. Keep going down that road. What are
this. What are we? We are, at best, it was we never lie. We're a D+ effort, but we give you a C+ results.
We're trying our best, like an Asian going after one of the Williams sisters. We're doing our best, but we know it's not going to be good enough.
Nope.
No. That's all right. What's going on, Chuckle Nuts?
Hi, buddy. How are you?
How you doing? You have a little time this week? You doing okay?
Oh, Christ!
You need a hug? You need me to lick your forehead?
All of those things. All of those things. If you want to hop the train and get down here, and I could use good forehead licking.
That's what I've always said about you. That's phenomenal.
You know what, that guy looks like he needs a good forehead licking.
The guy licking the window? Yeah, lick his forehead too. Why? Because I get a lot of money for that in certain circles. I'm filming that shit as we speak.
But it's on an old flip phone, so it's just gonna look like somebody giving Sasquatch a Christmas morning kiss.
With tongue on the butthole. I'm going to do all of the nonsense that we have to do. If you are listening to us on wherever you get your podcast, please like, subscribe, do all of that nonsense, and tell your friends to do so. We're kind of getting big in Bolivia and Denmark, so I don't know what that means, but spectacular. By big, I mean dozens and dozens. Oh, and in Denmark, Spain. I'm pretty sure that's and Spain. That's the only. And they wake up for us.
They do.
Or we put them to sleep in the middle of the day. One of the two.
Thanks for paying attention.
Always, please, none of you guys have done this yet. Hit us up, Zig and Larry Ignore a Topic, at the youtube.youtube.com. At YouTube, Zig and Larry youtube.youtube.com. However that works. I'm not sure how it works. I'm pretty sure you have to wind it up. But we need some more love on that channel. We're going to start. We're pretty close to having merch, and we'd love to show you pictures of it. And that's a place to do it. So please hit us up there. And as always, if you're bored, hit me up at Zig and Larry Ignore a Topic at Gmail, where I will berate you. Send me a picture of your peen. I'll rate it. I've done that twice now. It's fine.
Yeah. You know what? They've been fine.
Yeah, the scale is anywhere between lemon and fiasco, so yeah. It's somewhere in there. It's very just it's mostly up to interpretation. But
why does it look so sleepy?
Because it's hard to inject Adderall directly into your dick. It's not hard. It's just you need a friend who can keep a secret.
Yeah, well, and that's why you and I have been friends for so long.
I haven't kept any of your secrets.
Oh.
Yeah, you don't see the sky riding around Chicago or my semi-erotic vlog.
And that's mean because you know I don't know how to read.
Yeah, I know it is. That's the only thing I have over you.
Yeah. You got some other thing. Anyway, hey, how's it going?
Good, buddy. Good. So that's all the bullshit. Also, I'm very excited. What are you drinking, pal? Because I'm excited to crack open something here. I
got rum with a splash of ginger. So rum.
For those of us listening and not watching.
3/4 of a glass of rum. And a splash of ginger beer to fight the tummy troubles, I guess. I don't even know. It was just a you know what? There looks like there's a little bit left in that bottle. Let's put it in this glass.
It is a weekday.
It is. I gotta try to be sober.
I've decided to try this. Now I'm aggressively interested. If it blows, I'll tell you.
Like furry porn. Got it.
Yes, if it sucks well, I'll tell you.
Ooh, okay.
So this is a 25 ouncer, and I will finish this by the end of this podcast. So it's not that bad. It's like 2 beers plus a shake. Of the Budweiser Chelada con Clamato. So this is a beer to shake, and the extra shake is clam juice.
Yeah, you got a clam juice.
So it's like a Bloody Mary with beer, or whatever you want to call that.
Yeah,
but
so I think it's a beery Mary, isn't it?
Sure, why not? I don't
know. I'm making shit up. I'm just
let's ask Neil deGrasse Tyson. He would know. Outside of that,
do I have to?
You don't have to, but I just wrap it up on a crossbow dart and shoot it in his thigh, and I'll read it. So it's just a big ass Budweiser with tomato juice and lime, and they squeezed shellfish into it and mass produced it.
Just a freshly squeezed shellfish, just like grandma.
It's not even freshly squeezed. That's the bitch. It's mass produced clam squeezums. So, and what I really also appreciate is the fact that on this can, there's like a picture of a tomato, a picture of a cut tomato, a picture of a cut lime, and no visual representation of clam squeezins because somebody actually deserved their paycheck that week. Like, should we put a clam on there? No.
See, I like to think that it's like, because Budweiser, we know it's brewed in St. Louis, but owned by InBev, a foreign company. So, but you know what? Look at this. Budweiser presents comedian Larry Smith.
Now, were they owned by the Belgian company when they presented you?
Yes, and because as we know, Budweiser and I got into an argument during the Super Bowl about how funny it is that they're spouting all this "Yay America, yee bullshit while being owned by foreign companies. Maybe buy a craft beer from a small brewery instead.
As long as it's not a bullshit IPA. They got better stuff.
And that poor intern that had to run that account that day. But yeah, the beer rep for the place that I was doing the show, but the Budweiser rep used Budweiser's money, had seen the tweets, laughed about it, and used Budweiser's money to buy that for me. And I could not. It's my most prized fucking possession. I'll tell you that right now. God, I'm already in a mood. Can you tell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get the picture of the grumpy little piss bear? Somebody's being a grumpy little piss bear, and it's not me today.
Where is he? Can we get a good look at him?
Grumpy little piss bear. That is a picture. If you didn't catch our last episode, it's a Care Bear with a big fucking middle finger on the stomach. I'm going to give this a shot here because I already promised I'd finish the whole thing in this episode. So I'm going to take a nice long pull of this fucking mortar shell worth of
more of a Care Bear glare. But I was going to say what I like is the idea that Schlafly, which is also brewed in St. Louis, one of the cousins that they can't let around the restaurant. They got him a job at Budweiser, and he just takes the clams and just gives it one little squeeze and then looks at his supervisor with a thumbs up, and they're like, "Yeah, buddy, you did good." Have we made a mistake?
You can really taste the clam.
and my autobiography from college.
It was my anniversary last night, so you can just go down in history. You can really taste the clam. It was your anniversary. Really yours is right before mine or right after mine?
Right after. Yeah, okay, we've got 11 days.
And you're going to be. This is 6 or 7 years. Not a trick question.
Feels like a trick question. 7.
Oh, God.
7 years. Yeah, this will be 7.
Okay, so it's time to review. Zig Larry review, Budweiser Chelada con Clamato.
Budweiser Chelada con Clamato.
Talk to me, Sam.
A nice fishy flavor to go with your acid reflux. Do you like beer? Do you like acidic tomato-like product? Do you like clams that were caught 8 weeks ago and given a loving squeeze into a
and
dry
kept in
can.
the sun.
Then Budweiser Gelato Clamato.
Do you
Is for
like
you.
beer? Do you not want to anymore? So, okay, here's the thing. This isn't
Do you
terrible.
drive a 1987 Ford Ranger and like to finger blast your cousins in the front seat? Budweiser Gelato con Clamato.
This advertisement brought to you by We Took a Left Turn. It tastes like it tastes like a Bloody Mary up front with beer in it, but the aftertaste is straight up all clam. But it's like, do you remember? Did you ever have way back in the day? I actually really liked it, and it was a very weird idea from White Castle. They had as a side dish clam strips.
Oh yeah,
It was like the itty bitty little but
yeah, I like a clam strip.
Yeah, I like a decent clam strip, like a homemade clam strip. It's fried clams. I'll eat anything deep fried.
Sure.
The aftertaste still has not gone away.
I watched you eat a stress ball one time because I deep
Absolutely. It was delightful, and we wrote songs about it in fan fiction. The aftertaste has not gone away. It is straight up just mildly spicy tomato beer with clam that just coats the back of your everything. Worth the whole $2.99, and that's including Chicago Cook County tax.
Damn, that was
huge ass thing.
$2.99. Huh?
Well, you know what? If you put something up by the register, I'll buy that along with some fucking M&Ms and some I don't know, rubbers. Let's just say rubbers.
There's probably some of that in there too.
It's not bad. It's not good.
Yeah, your face belies that statement.
No, it's like it has the exact same joy as popping a pimple that's been hurting you for 3 days. Like, you shouldn't. It kind of sucks, but it's like, oh, it hurts so good.
Yeah, it's like that ex-girlfriend that rolls into town every 3 years. And you know that your stomach's gonna hurt, but it's not that bad during. It's the after.
It's one of those women that makes your stomach turn more than your heart, and you still keep going back for more. Yep. And the same effect, back of your mouth, salty clam.
Yep. Yeah, it's good. You really taste the clam. Hey, can I talk about Airbnb real quick? Can I talk about why I was late getting this shit started?
Oh, grumpy piss bear time?
Oh, look, this whole fucking week has been, I'm looking to turn it around, but goddamn. So I've got shows coming up running through Iowa, and I was trying to get, because my super secret discount for hotels, apparently I ran out of my yearly amount. Okay. I'm looking at hotels and I'm like, $145 a night. No, thank you. We're not doing that.
I know what road comics get.
Yeah, I will sleep. I'll sleep in the fucking car is what I'll do. So I started looking at Airbnb, and I found that you got hobo action happening right now.
Yeah, I know. I'm tasting what I'm burping up, but I feel that I need to drink this whole thing, so I just might do it quick and then just squeeze my dick till it bleeds. Please go ahead.
So
I'm having my own issue over here, buddy, but I got you.
Speaking of horrible dick trauma,
yeah.
So I was like, let's check out Airbnb. I find this cool, and I'm not gonna sass talk the person, because it's not their fault. The host, the Airbnb host, because I always go for the whole place. Give me the whole. I don't want to share a room because that's. I'm an adult. Also, I'm not gonna private room. Go fuck yourself. Give me the whole fucking place. I'm farting up every room in there.
Is that the goal? Going in?
It's not the goal, but it's usually the after effect.
Very good.
So I find this really cool apartment that is just like 2 blocks from the venue, right? Mm-hmm. I'm like, perfect. It's got a parking spot. It's got air conditioning. It's got Wi-Fi. It's got a bed, and I get the whole place to myself. Perfect.
Done so.
So I go to rent this motherfucker. And again, not the host's fault. the host seems real groovy. Airbnb is like, hey, we just need to verify your identity. Can you?
Why is that weird?
Hold on. Can you take a picture of your license? Sure. Now, do you have one of Illinois' real IDs? Or do you still have an old license?
Are you asking me, or is this Airbnb?
I'm asking you.
I just got it. So
okay.
I went in August 31st. My ID had just expired a scant 13 months prior because of COVID. But I do now. I paid the extra $10 and I got a real ID because I needed to get my license upgraded. So I went through the whole thing. Yeah, now, it's a real ID. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you noticed on the real ID that there are little shiny veins that go through the whole goddamn thing?
There's a whole big thing. There's a star in the corner or whatever the fuck it is. Yeah.
So Airbnb is like, take a clear picture. Like, there's no clear picture when there's light shining on it because it's fucking reflective. But fine, I'll do my best. So I take a picture of that. I take a picture. And there's like, now take a picture of the back of the ID. Okay. So I take a picture. And it's like, okay, now we need a picture of your face. Now, first, I want to point out that this beard did not exist when I got that new license.
Oh. How old is the license?
I just got it last year. But
so that's right before the great beard.
Right before the beardening.
Mm-hmm.
And what's funny is that my Airbnb profile picture was a picture of me right before Nicole and I got married. So I hadn't updated that for a fucking minute. So
7 years, obviously.
Yeah. So I'm like, I get it. I'm like, okay, this should work. And I get a message like, we couldn't verify your identity. I'm like, all the fucking times I've rented an Airbnb, you've never had a problem. But okay, fine. So I have to try and angle and take a new picture of the front of the ID where there's no reflection so they can see my face, do the back of the ID. And then I had to take another picture of my goddamn mug just so I can rent this girl's apartment for a couple nights so that I could just stumble. And because I told her, I was like, hey, look, I'm 43 years old. I'm a stand-up comic. All I do, I just need your place to have a quiet place to, it will not be a party hub. There will be nobody coming back. I am traveling alone. I just need a place to sleep and do some work. That's
everybody that travels with you stays in the trunk of the car. We all know this.
Yeah, and usually I pick them up along the way. But so I have to redo everything. And then it was like, well, we've looked at your profile picture versus your ID picture versus the picture you just took, and none of those match. They all do. They're all the same guy. So I have to change my profile picture to my NPR fucking headshot that I use because it's at least got the beard. I do all
and the piercing eyes and the go hither fuck you stare.
Yes. the I'm here but fuck you.
Yep.
And so I have to redo all this, and then finally it was like, yeah, you're verified. We'll let you know when the host responds and lets you just be in her apartment without anyone else there. And I'm like, good, please. But God damn it, just you know who I am. You know who I am. I've got good ratings. I clean up after myself. I don't leave it a mess. We're very, I say me and my dick are very quiet. We just do our thing.
Your dick is quiet. It squeaks a touch, but sometimes, only when provoked.
Yeah,
only when provoked.
When it feels threatened. Yes.
I will say that is one of the reasons why I detest a lot of the universe. But B, if you ever need to get over that, just pick up the news for 1 second and go, all right, I'm fine.
Mm-hmm.
Because I go down, I get the grumpy piss bear all the time, especially over the phone with other companies. Go, I'm sorry, sir. I understand. You don't understand shit. You just want me to swear so you can hang up, you cocksuckers, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I talk to people on the phone every day who go, I don't understand why. Well, it's because you're stupid. But then you're like, oh god damn it, why the fuck doesn't anything work? And my wife is the best because I will like because we both work from home now. And so I'm like, this stupid person on the phone said X, Y, and Z, and why is that my problem? And blah blah blah. She's like, yeah, it's like being a woman in Afghanistan right now, right? It's that bad. Like, fuck you, but yeah, but still make me a grilled cheese and I'll get over it. God damn you, god damn you, god damn you.
Well, look, and I get that. So
I'm not downplaying. I'm just like, yeah.
No.
Oh
no.
Let me have my rage. Let me have my rage. It fuels all of my shits.
It does. And look, I get it. Real first world problems. I found a cheap apartment to rent for 2 nights so that which is right across the street from a craft beer or a craft brewery.
So after all the ball clenching frustration, you did manage to score it, right? Like it's.
Well, I've not gotten a response yet from the host. It can take up to 24 hours apparently. So I'm just
unless you drive down there and look her right in the face and be like, I would like to stay at your house. Here's some money.
You don't have to be here at all. I just need a place to be.
How many dollars for your bed?
That's essentially what it is.
Yeah,
but I get it. I get like because I know the look I've cultivated for myself. People need to be careful. I've been saving this up to tell you. So Gideon mows a bunch of yards for over the summer. He doesn't have a license. I got to drive him. So
you don't need a license to mow lawns. You just need somebody to pat your head and say you're pretty.
Well, you need a license to drive a car to get you to your lawns.
Ah, yes, of course. Yes, correct.
Yes. And that's where I come in.
Okay,
that's where I come in.
Yeah.
And so
you're super dad. I dig that. That's awesome though.
Hell, go on.
No, for real, that's a cool thing, man. You're supporting your kid, and he's not old enough to drive himself, so you help him out with this, his summer / whatever job to make a couple of bucks. I think it's fucking amazing. Good job,
thanks,
Dad.
man.
Yeah, no, good job, Dad.
Broken clocks are right twice a day, buddy. That's what I say. But
no, you're just driving him around. I don't. Do you drive him around twice? I'm not that bright. So what happened again?
Are you really not understanding? Do I have to explain it, or are we just moving on?
Does it have to be your bowl?
Yes. I think you can get a good look at a butcher by sticking your head up his wife's ass. But so it's last Saturday. It's a warm day, real sunny, and the last yard he's mowing has like there's no shade anywhere where we can park except for this one spot. It's in a little cul-de-sac at the end of the street. So I pull around and I park the car behind this little tree just to get enough shade where I know the poor kid's out there sweating his nuts off pushing a mower, but I'm like I'm just sitting here, I'm not doing anything except editing our show. So I get the laptop out, I find a shady spot, set it on the back of the car. I've got the headphones on and I'm working on the show. I'm working on editing the show and getting it put together. And I hear something behind me. It sounded like somebody yelled, and I'm kind of looking around, thinking maybe Gideon was like, hey, I'm out of gas. Can you bring me the gas can or something? Because, it's right there. And I look, and there's this old lady sticking her head out of her house. So, it's like, it's the next door neighbor of the, Hey, speaking of Airbnb.
Did you just have a stroke? Oh, hold on. We're taking text during the show. This is live and
I just need a place to fucking sleep and take a dump. That's all I need. So I take my headphones off and go, excuse me? And she goes, are you waiting for somebody in this neighborhood? And I was like, well, I'm sorry. She goes, are you looking for somebody? Are you trying to find somebody? Are you waiting for somebody? What are you doing here? And I was like, my son he mows the yard of your neighbors. I said, we've been here like every week over the summer. I just normally park on the other side, but today I parked on this side with the shade. I said, but that's my son right over there mowing. And I said, he is not old enough to drive. And she's like, so you're waiting on him? It's like, yes, ma'am. I'm waiting on my son who can't. And I explained it again. She's like, oh, well, okay then. And I was like, what? She goes, well, you can understand. Look, it with the way you look. And I was like,
we're way past that, lady. Jesus Christ. People can have face tattoos this day and age, which it's just what for fuck's sake, what are you supposed to say? I'm sorry, your great granddaughter, her vlog under sloppy toppy 0109. I'm a big fan. She said she would meet me here and give me a present, so that's what I'm doing. And she said your house was fine, there were plenty of doilies to sop up the mess.
Can I use that Afghan? Do you mind?
I will use it until it's done.
But then once we got the when she said, well, with the way you look, you can understand, and I was like, and now to give you an idea, I'm wearing my Captain Finn shirt, the pink shirt that says Captain Finn on the back of it in like yeah. 80s font. I'm wearing those Hawaiian style shorts with the tigers and the hibiscus flowers.
All right.
I'm wearing flip flops and one of my trucker hats, standing at the back of a Prius with a laptop and headphones. I get that I look like I just rolled in off a boxcar, but everything else is right there. But she's like, you can understand. All right, well, if I see you again, I won't yell at you. Have a good day. And I was like, thanks, lady. That was awesome.
Good news. She's got weeks to live, so it's not really that big of a deal. Next time you do that, though, if it happens again, please make sure you're wearing roller skates. I need you to have the exact same outfit and roller skates, just so you can like skate around in a circle, like Terry from Reno 911, and just go over, just brush your face, and then say thinner, and then just go the other way.
No one will ever believe you.
We are mixing a lot of references, but we're just trying to confuse the hell out of this old woman in her last mournful days.
Well, so here's the best part. At the exact same time, because Nicole and I text each other within seconds of each other going, you'll never guess what just happened. So across town, Nicole goes to, because Gideon was mowing, Willow was at the football game, the high school football game. Nick went to go pick her up. She got there right about the end of halftime and was going to wait, for the rest of the game. She took a book and was just going to wait, pick up Willow, and bring her back home.
Mm-hmm.
She walks up to the gates to go into this football game, and there's like 3 or 4 cops that are like, ma'am, we can't let you in. And she's like, I'm sorry.
3 or 4 cops?
Yeah, she's like, I don't know. Once you get more than 3 cops, it could be 12 cops. You know. Yeah,
it's between 2 and all of them.
It's a hell of a lot of cops. It's a hell of a lot of cops. And so,
because you only can keep track of 2. One, their partner, after you get that, he's like, shit, this one's behind me. Oh, there's another one in the bushes. Yeah.
Yeah, you keep track of 2, and then next thing you know, taste in the butthole.
You beat me too. I was gonna say taste in the butthole. I'm not kidding. Yeah. I really wish I was kidding. What are you gonna do?
just a hot shot on the taint.
Zig and Larry, taste in the butthole. A romance in 3-act.
Zig and Larry, taste in the butthole. You're going to have to take it home.
You're going to have to take it home.
So she messages me. I message her. I'm like, nobody guess what the fuck happened to me. And I was like, what happened to you? She's like, well, so apparently after halftime, because they stopped selling tickets, the cops don't let people into the game. And I was like, and you got in? She goes, because I'm hot.
And mostly hairless at this point.
Yeah.
We learned that last week.
Yes, we did. And I realized when we got back, because we all got home about the same time, she walks and she's wearing one of her tank tops that like the girls are just on display.
Mm-hmm.
and a pair of cutoffs, and just she was smoking hot. So all she was like, my daughter's in there, and I didn't want to have to sit through the whole game, and I didn't want to have to deal with all of halftime. I gotta pick her up. Can I just go in, and just like smushes them up, and the cops were just like, all right, you go on in, but keep it in mind for next time. Whereas me, I'm getting the, well, you look like a rabid hobo. I didn't know if I had to shoot you or not.
I had to show a quarter of my tits to the police. What happened to you? An old woman tased my butthole and called the police on me. I had a different experience with them.
I tried to smush my titties up. They were not a fan.
I don't try to smush my titties up anymore. They're just smushed constantly.
just smushed titties. Who's got smushed titties? Hey,
my whole
good news. I've got that Airbnb. It just came through.
Oh, good for you. So they're okay with you being a hobo, or that what happened with that? You threw your stress ball and it just went in the garbage. What happened?
Oh, it's gone now. It's gone forever.
That's fine. You don't need that. You obviously don't need a stress reliever.
No, not me.
Just utilize your own scrotum. That's what I do. That really calms me down.
Mm.
I find it calming when I squeeze your scrotum. Yes. And just rub it around in their hands like that. Great podcasting. It's very good YouTubing. Terrible podcasting. It's all visual jokes at that point.
I don't care. I just chew on these now.
What are those? What are those?
The hand.
Oh, the grip string thingies. Got it. Yeah. Okay.
Because I'm rehabbing that right arm after after my kid nearly ripped it off, and after fucking Mongo tried to take the old man completely out, and so it's actually been really good to build the strength back up. Anyway, hey, you want to get to a topic, or should I just keep fucking off about my fucking week?
What do you got, pal? Because I'm into it. I'm gonna keep. I would like to keep everybody abreast of the situation with this cocktail, though. We are roughly. It's hard to tell. We are roughly halfway through 25 ounces of Budweiser Chelada con Clamato. I say that because that's the way it is on the can. La Original.
Budweiser Chili con Queso.
The clamness never goes away, and it just like coats like the back of your gums where your wisdom teeth used to could. Like it's just
Budweiser Chili Changa Clamatos. The taste sticks with you forever.
In about a half, when we're done with this, I'm going to be rushing to the restroom, but I will finish this. So what do we got today, bud?
So you horrified me on the last episode.
You're welcome. Oh.
So I figured today we're going to talk about something that I've been wanting to talk about for a long time.
Is it going to horrify me?
No. It probably will annoy you, though.
All of Zig's mug shots across the years. There's only
Let's
a handful,
go to the tape.
But they are online. There's just the one. Oh.
No, this is we're going to talk about cryptids. Cryptids of the
I'm
Midwest.
not kidding. I honestly don't know what that means.
So a cryptid is a mythological animal or creature.
So like a chupacabra.
Like a chupacabra or a Sasquatch or a skunk ape.
Okay. Give me a second. I'm going to ease into this. I am not going to be my typical grumpy piss bear about this stuff.
Here's the thing. You want to be a grumpy piss bear about it, buddy? Here's what I got for you. I get it. None
of these exist.
No, nothing. It doesn't exist.
You believe in Bigfoot.
But here's the thing. I want all this to be real.
Okay, that's different. That's the way I feel about the female orgasm.
I'm actually working on a bit about that. Anyway, because nothing's funnier than the idea of a woman being able to come. Am I right?
Just a fucking hacky joke. I don't know why I do it. It's just like it comes out to be like just runny poop after like a long flight. It's terrible.
So, hey, by the way, if there's any managers or agents out there that want to take over for me for booking hotels and travels and bullshit and also other bookings, just get a hold of me. I've got a website, larrysmith.com. It's live now. Also, Larry Smith Comedy. Actually, no, it's larrysmithcomedy.com and larrysmithcomedy@gmail.com. Anyway, just for fuck's sake, somebody take this over. Anyway, so we are talking. I love mythology and I love mythic creatures. I love that shit. And I've always been into it. And part of me, like, do I really believe? I mean, part of me is like, maybe because enough people have seen it, but at the same time, I'm like, there's not enough. I mean, I used to think there's not enough proof of Bigfoot because every picture looks like a Bigfoot looks like somebody took it on a 1993 Motorola brick phone with a shaky hand because it's all grainy and shit, even now. But then every picture of me on stage that someone else takes fucking looks like that. Just like somebody was like the first somebody that ever been.
So you're saying it's only drunk fans that take pictures of Bigfoot, is what you're saying?
I think so. But these are
specific. Why won't he hold them still? Hold on. Is the flash on? Click.
I haven't moved for 5 minutes. You've been shaking all about.
Why is it on panorama? Dolores, come over here. Steady my elbow.
Somebody hold me steady. You're on the ground. Well, then pick me up.
Keep the earth from wiggling.
Tell it to stop spinning and we'll get to it. So I specifically looked up just Midwestern. Okay. Midwestern cryptids. And some of these I was familiar with. Actually, most of these I was familiar with because, again, I love the idea, but I'm like, it's just some drunk hillbilly that.
Well, yeah, but it's also like several cultures, many cultures over the entire globe in the history of whatever have come up with like some manner of boogeyman or wild beast over the corner or something like just they don't know how to describe it. It's just like a woolly thing that might come and get you. Like it's not just us, it's everybody.
Every culture had a vampire myth. Every culture had a dragon myth. Every culture had an undead myth, had a lycanthrope of some variety. Like Egypt had were-tigers, and then you get up towards England and shit. You got werewolves and certain the Nordic folk had werebears. So these myths of people who didn't and couldn't communicate during that time. But these are my favorites. These are my favorite kinds of myths.
Love it.
Because they are specific to a region and they are specific to a bunch of fucking hill folk. And I fucking love that shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, Hilljack presents cryptids across the Midwest.
Y'all get this. You know what? I'm going to do each one of them like, all right, y'all. Because some of these, they go all the way, they go up to Wisconsin on all the way, like they go to Ohio and Indiana, some in Illinois. Down to Kentucky. So it's just kind of like a strip, like a little wiggle strip, like a little shimmy.
Shimmy your
little shimmy strip.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to start here, buddy, with we're just going to start in Wisconsin.
Okay.
The Beast of Bray Road.
Have anything to do with cheese curds? Please tell me it does.
That's what he goes out and primarily searches for. And if he can't find that, he eats your thumbs.
That's very specific, but that makes sense to me. The Beast of Bray Road?
Yep, B-R-A-Y.
Okay.
The Beast of Bray Road is somewhat similar to descriptions of Bigfoot. Stands on two legs, and those who have sighted it claim it looks like a hybrid between a bear and a werewolf. Because, all those werewolves we see running around.
When you're talking to a sketch artist at the cop station, just do your basic hybrid werewolf bear.
You ever seen a werewolf? I mean, not in real life. Okay, well, then some of us have been sheltered. Okay, how about a bear? You ever seen a bear? Well, okay, all right. Now pretend them two went to fucking each other. Okay, they went to fucking, and then they made a beastie. Anyway, That's what I hit with my 85 Corvair.
I don't know if it's accurate, but I'm going to tell you right now that is my favorite accent of yours, period. Hands down, my favorite dialect is your somewhat bastardized redneck Wisconsin, I just saw a weird bear thing. It's a killer. Make sure you listen to yourself doing that. Put it in a show. Put it in a pie. I'll buy it. That's spectacular.
Okay. Let's see.
I can't do it. You keep it up. Yeah. So
one unnerving experience comes from a woman who was stopped while traveling down, of course, a dark country road. It's never a fucking interstate. It's always a dark country
road. Does it say her name? Because I'd like to guess.
It doesn't.
Okay, then can we just say Gladys?
Yes, Gladys.
Thank you.
Let's see, down a dark country road after Gladys hit what she believed to be an ordinary animal. After stepping out of the vehicle to investigate, Gladys claimed that the large wolf-like creature stood on its hind legs and sprinted toward her. In a panic, she jumped back into her car and hit the gas just as the beast jumped onto the trunk of her car. Unable to hold on, the beast slid off as she drove. So what she did is she clipped a guy that looked like me, who got up,
who was just trying to let his kid mow a lawn. This kid was doing some night mowing.
Just night mow. Look, we had other shit. Okay, look, we had other shit that we had to do today. So what I did is I strapped two flashlights. I duct taped two flashlights to the top of his head. And no, I'm not a monster. I put a little washcloth on him so it wouldn't hurt his hair. Any hoozles. So I'm out there and I take me a stroll because I'm like, hey, he's fine. What's going to happen? So I go down and I take a left turn. Here I am wandering down the road. Sure, I was wearing a black t-shirt that said cheese curds forever. Who am I to say no? Anyway, so here I am. I'm wandering down. Out of nowhere comes a 1983 Oldsmobile that clips me right on my left ass cheek, spins me around. I get up and I go because it knocks the wind out of me. And Gladys, Gladys, she runs
people down.
That's enough of that bit. Anyway.
That's exactly what happened. She killed a man. She made up a story. They never found the body, so she's like, "I'm going to go with it. I'm going to go to this to my grave with this."
So let's take a trip now to, hey, what's the state in this country, in our United States, that loves us more than anyone, Zig?
Ohio.
We're coming to you, Ohio.
Do you want to sing the anthem of Ohio with me, the state song?
Go right ahead and get started. I'll come in with harmony.
Okay. Ohio, land of almost the East Coast, but not quite. You're not going with me. You're just doing it over there. It's close-ish to New York, as long as you are considering the entire universe.
And very racist in parts. But not you, Columbus and Cleveland, who support us the most. We love you.
That was not something that we should have done. I'm going to punish myself with more of this fucking clan.
Yeah, do that. We're headed to Loveland, Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
And you know who we're going to meet in Loveland, Ohio?
The mayor?
Yes, and the mayor is Frogman.
Excellent.
The Loveland Frogman. Now, if I had had any sense at all, Zig, I would have had all this loaded up. I could have shared screen, not choked on my own spit, and I could have shown the viewers. I'm not doing that because
is there a
plus
picture?
Effort. There. Whoa, yeah. And here's the thing. I'll get pictures of all these guys, all these. I'll get pictures of all these characters. That's more Chicago. That's more Chicago than Wisconsin.
It's getting there. Like you're going into Chicago with it, but it's still it's
my default Chicago.
Yeah,
it's either deep redneck or deep Chicago. Those are my two. I can do an Irish
sexual proclivities.
Yes, absolutely. You've met my wife. Anyway, so the Loveland Frogman has all of the traits of a frog, but you know what he does?
He's a man about it.
He stands on two legs and stalks the banks of rivers in Loveland, Ohio.
Is he? Wait, hold on. Is he a frog that walks like a man, or is it a man that looks like a frog? Like, how big is this thing?
I'm guessing. So let's see. Said to have had leathery skin, webbed hands and feet, and a frog-like head. The first sighting came from two police officers who both recalled the beast standing up and jumping over the guardrail like a human man before disappearing into like a human man.
Like a human man.
I jumped over the guardrail like a human man.
I kind of wish it was just like a frog-sized frog that walked like a man and had a hat, like the old WB fucking frog.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal.
That's a frog man.
Check out that little frog man. We wouldn't be scared. We'd be like, check this guy. I'm just gonna go meet. I'm just gonna meet this guy. I'm gonna buy this guy a drink. What do you drink? What do you want? What do you want? You drink? You shot in a beer? You like a shot in a beer? You want an old fat? Whatever you. You want some Pappy Van Winkle? I'll shoot some Pappy Van Winkle.
You take him to a dive bar and you give him the spider, the last shot out of a bottle that just has all the fucking bugs floating at the bottom of it. It's like, that's perfect. There you go.
We're gonna clean out your inventory, kind of like you and I did with all that fucking schnapps.
It's better than what I'm drinking right now.
So here's one that I've never heard of.
You've heard of the Frogman before?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, fuck.
And I just assumed Frogman was just some guy named Jimmy on a bad night.
And he's dressed up like in flippers and some manner of like wetsuit, wandering around. His wife had left him. He has a failed diving business because he tried to start one in Ohio.
he's been drinking. He's been on a bender for like 6 months. So his face is all puffy, but it's just squeezed into that wetsuit, and he's just.
You can't stay in a wetsuit for that long, pal. You just can't. It's like keeping a Band-Aid on for more than 3 days. Your skin gets all puffy and weird.
Have you been peeing in the wetsuit? It's wet. It's supposed to be. No, pal. No, there's definitely a musk that you've curated. And then every description is, I saw a frog man. He was green and he had yellow eyes and he jumped real high and had a swampy musk about him. Well, no, that was Jimmy, and he's been shitting and pissing in his wetsuit for weeks now. And well, he jumped a guardrail. It's like 8 inches high. Of course he did. It's not. Jimmy's only 45. He can still shake a leg. It's not, but his face was all puffy. Well, and he's self-conscious about it. Stop bringing it up. And
he's wearing a MAGA hat. That just made me really happy. I don't know why. That's such a stupid hacky joke. I'm just like, okay. It was cock lock and ready to go. I'm like, I have. What
do we promise? D+ effort. You know what hack jokes are? D+. D. Yeah. They're a solid D-. Anyway.
Yeah.
So, but we're doing our best. Here's a place, one that I didn't know existed in Illinois. When I tried to look it up on a map, I couldn't find it. Like, I couldn't find it on the GPS. I put it in the GPS, could not find it. So I think they made it up. I think this one's bullshit. Like, the whole place, the whole thing. The Tuttle Bottoms Monster in Tuttle Bottom, Illinois.
Tuttle Bottom.
Tuttle Bottom's monster in Illinois is an interesting cryptid to investigate. It's said to inhabit the swamps of Illinois, which we do have some, and has been. I mean, Chicago was built on a swamp. That's why it keeps sinking.
Yeah.
So it described as an ape-like creature with a long snout, resembling an anteater. Not a lot is known about this cryptid, but there has been more than 50 reported sightings of the beast around Tuttle Bottoms. One man from the area claims that a member of the U.S. Department of Agriculture, try that again, U.S. Department of Agriculture,
agriculture,
told him they were investigating the monster. Sightings have slowed, but there is definitely something lurking in Tuttle Bottom, Illinois. First, if anyone out there can tell me where the fuck Tuttle Bottom, Illinois is, because my goddamn Apple map won't find it. So, fuck that.
Did you Google Tuttle Bottom, Illinois? Just like try it, or
D+ effort, buddy. I put it into my map. I'm
gonna hold real quick, just because if the first thing is, does the town exist before does the monster exist? Hold on, Tuttle Bottom. I'm guessing it's spelled like it sounds.
Tuttle.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh. Okay, hold on. The first thing comes up is a drawing of the monster, which is, it looks like an anteater. Where people also search for Harrisburg. Nope. Where is Tuttle Bottom, Illinois? Hold on. Vamp.
If any managers out there that would like to take care of my bookings, because while Zig was doing that, I realized that I needed to be vamping, but instead I was answering to some book. So I like to try to get
I believe it.
Sorry.
Let's just say that it's around Harrisburg, Illinois.
Okay.
Because the picture that I'm getting is a topographical map. The only thing, it might be a local name for let's call it a bog. I don't know, but sure. Let's just say that it exists ish, kind of, but not exactly. But the monster is real.
The monster's real, but the place, that's made up. All right, so now we're going to go to Kentucky. This was one of my favorite ones.
Who doesn't want to go to Kentucky and talk about monsters?
Here's the thing. The last one we're going to talk about is my absolute, I think he's my absolute favorite cryptid. These guys make me giggle. The Hopkinsville Goblins.
Goblins, period? Or goblins, plural, rather?
Goblins. Yeah, there's multiples of them.
Hopkinsville. We got goblins.
All right, y'all. In 1955, Hopkinsville, Kentucky, a group of 12 people hurried into the police station to warn of an alien invasion. The group claimed they saw a flying saucer land near the home where they was staying. They said small and monkey-like men approached the home, trying relentlessly to gain entry. Large, bright eyes like headlights, pointed ears, and webbed hands. There's also reported traits. Group claimed to fight them off with gunfire, which is how we solve all of our problems in Kentucky.
Wait, they just opened fire on these things?
Just go to shooting. You get little web-footed fellers coming up to your door, pounding on it, as asking for directions. You shoot first and you ask questions later. Circus folk ain't welcome.
They're firing upon trick-or-treaters at this point.
But the area where the scuffle was said to take place showed little more than a few spent bullets. There's actually more to this story. It's actually hilarious because it really does seem like a bunch of just moonshined out hillbillies in 1955 that probably were fucked up on some type of meth before meth. We're just having some real fucked up hallucinations. And it was probably just like the neighbor coming up and be like, "Hey, y'all, haven't heard from you in a while. Clem, you okay?" And they were like, "It's goblins!" Bam! And just started unloading. And or it was a fucking circus wagon that broke down just outside and came up like, "Hey, y'all, we'd like to borrow some tools and maybe trade you for," and it was just, they're like, "Who's the least threatening? Wilbur, you're only 3'5". Why don't you and the other little guys just go up to the door and give it a little how'd it do?" And then fortunately, Clem and his kin were too fucked up to point down. They were just shooting. Mothers of Christ!
Be sure to dance and sing your weird song on the way to the door. Either that, or they were just like waging war on a horrible, like, just I was gonna say family of beavers, but I needed a better adjective.
A family of beavers.
Sometimes it doesn't work out for you. Sometimes it doesn't work out, pal. They can't all be wieners.
Not everything can win. Vamp.
Excellent. So so far we've learned that all the way from Wisconsin, where they eat the cheese, down to Kentucky, where they eat literally anything they can find, you can find people who can invent a town called Tuttle Bottoms, and then in that town, they will invent a monster.
They will eat your Tuttle Bottom.
Mm-hmm. Like the leprechauns in the inner city. Like, I saw the leprechaun. I seen him.
So here's one of my very favorites, but we're not ending. This is my second favorite.
Okay.
We're going back up to Wisconsin, Zig.
We had so much fun up there. I like it.
Well, this place is near and dear to my heart. Rhinelander, Wisconsin, home of Rhinelander Brewer.
Mm-hmm.
Home of Rhinelander Brewing.
Perfect.
Where in 2019 I got to perform.
Oh,
up in
okay.
Rhinelander, Wisconsin, home of the Hodag. Have I talked about the Hodag?
Sexual position that involves a waterfowl?
Next time we see each other, it will be.
Yikes.
So the Hodag he's got a frog-like head. He's got like a dragon-like body. He's got short little thick legs, claws, spines down his back like a dinosaur, giant fangs, and the first sighting was in the 1890s.
Okay.
The famed land surveyor Eugene Shepard rounded up a group of people to kill the beast, supposedly with dynamite.
I love that. Should be the answer to every question. What do we have? TNT. What else? Gumption.
And Dave's got a good arm. Well, looks like we got us a plan, boys.
Light and throw, light and throw, light and wait and throw, not wait.
Dave, huh?
Was there? It sounds like there was like just one iguana that somehow managed to make it into fucking Wisconsin in the 1800s. Like, kill the fucker with blow 'em ups.
Here's my favorite part of the Hodag. The only two things it supposedly eats
are
white bulldogs.
That's very specific.
And children.
I was gonna say, and kids. Yeah.
I love it. And so that's the thing, Rhinelander, when you and they embrace the shit out of this. They love it.
All these little towns, they obviously should, because you can sell a fucking t-shirt with that bullshit on it. You know what I mean? Like, it gets you people to like come to your little boutique. You're like, come on down and see the Hodag, and we'll get you a t-shirt. It's only $19.95, and you want to take some butter home? It's got a picture on it. It's like,
yeah, that's and Rhinelander is a beautiful, beautiful little town. And the Rhinelander Brewery has all this Hodag stuff, but on the way into town, they have a giant Hodag statue. And they have, I mean, it's a wonderful town. And the brewery, like, I opened up my set being like, I was excited because I love cryptids. And I start talking about the Hodag and being like, but here's where you guys lose me. This is the very northern ass crack of Wisconsin. It is so fucking cold. And you have a lizard-like creature that supposedly lives up here. Those are warm-blooded creatures. Nothing can fucking survive up here, much less a fucking lizard. And they were just like, yay! And they were all about it. Because I had paid attention.
It's like, welcome all. They're on the sign. It says, welcome all in. Roswell is for pussies. This want to be like the Roswell of the North.
So the last one And and you've seen my t-shirt.
I've seen all of your t-shirts. I've smelled most of them.
You have.
In varying degrees of disarray.
Yes. My favorite one,
So
beyond Sasquatch, beyond anything else, is Goatman of Pope Lick.
Yes! I should have called it.
Pope Lick, Kentucky, just outside of Louisville.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's the thing. I don't need to read any of the description of Goatman. You know why? Because I know about Goatman. So here, Goatman is a goat-like man. Horns, head of a goat, but legs of a goat, humanoid body. And he lives...
It's like Pan.
Except with a
He's
goat
a satyr.
face. But with a goat face. Yeah, but he's got a goat face.
But he's got a goat face, okay.
So satyrs have human faces. He's
Gotcha.
Head of a goat, human like torso with goat fur, the human hands but goat legs, right?
Gotcha.
Goatman lives under a very specific railroad trestle in Pope Lick. So it's a railroad bridge. He lives underneath that. People will go out on that bridge to try to taunt the Goatman to come out. So what happens is Goatman will come out. He won't attack them, but he will hypnotize them. He will stare at them. They will freeze. And then he will leave them in the middle of the tracks, frozen, hypnotized. And then the train comes by. And at the last second, the guys running the train looks down and go, oh shit. And then bam, and they will run over a person. Or what happens is Goatman hypnotizes the person until at the last second they see a train and then they jump off the bridge. But the water is too shallow. There's too many rocks.
Oh God!
And they will leap to their death.
Have there been people who died in Pope Lick?
Yes, a lot, because they go looking for Goatman.
Yes,
sadly, I'm looking over here because I want to get some of this right. Others say them. Okay, so terrifying, sinister. The reports say coming into contact with this beast can induce mania and cause frightened people to jump off the bridge. Others say the monster uses hypnosis to lure people to the bridge. Sadly, there have been deaths associated with accidents at this very location. Now, here's my. When we were down in Louisville, we wanted to go explore Pope Lick. But then we decided drinking was too important and riding electric scooters while drunk.
Right. I remember the story, yes.
Yeah, we did that instead. But I got the Pope, Goatman of Pope Lick. Got that t-shirt. Goatman lives. You've met my old man. We've talked about him several times on this show.
Still terrifying.
My old man, yeah. This is your first episode. My old man is an ex-bounty hunter who is the size of a grizzly bear and has hands like cast iron skillets. He's a big, scary man. I was standing after we got that t-shirt. I was standing in the kitchen wearing it. And Dad had come in from doing chores. And he stops and he looks at my t-shirt and he goes, did you go? And we went, what? And I looked down, I was like, oh, Pope Lick? Nah, but I found the t-shirt. It was in Louisville. He goes, so you didn't go? So, sorry, back up. A little bit of information. Norfolk Southern Railroad is the railroad that owns the bridge. My dad, that's where he retired from, was Norfolk Southern, and that's where I used to work back when I was 19 years old. And he was like, that's Norfolk's. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, so you didn't go? I said, no, Pop, we didn't. He goes, okay. And he just stands there. He's like, wait, do you know something? He goes, nope. And I've never seen my old man look scared. But I was like, seriously, do you know about Goatman? And he goes, I've heard about it. And I was like, you've heard about it? What do you know about Goatman? And he's like, I don't want to talk about it. Now, my dad is great about kind of screwing with people. My dad will, even in his I'm going to screw with you, he would never let you think he was scared. He's like, I don't want to talk about it. And I was like, you're going to talk about it. He goes, I'm not talking. I don't want to talk about it. I was like, what do you know? And he's like, yep. And he just like storms out of the room. And I was like, Pop. And my stepmom, who we both know at this point when the old man's screwing with people and when he's not. And she came up, she put her hand on my arm. She's like, don't ask, don't push it on this one. And I was like, what does everyone know about Goat Man that I don't? And now, God love her, you've met my stepmom. She cannot lie. She has the inability to pull off a lie. And she was just like, just don't ask him any more questions. He doesn't want to talk about it. I was like, well, now I've got to...
The only surviving person in the world who has any information about Goat Man is your pop.
And
he's seen him, and he just got away with his life.
And I'm hoping that on his deathbed, I'll be able to torture him enough that he will relinquish this information.
Do ball stuff, but like not pain, just like a feather. I feel like that would screw him a lot more.
No, pain he's used to. If I was just like, hey, Papa, I've always wanted to give it a little. It would freak him out, and then he would give me the information to stop.
Or like just Clockwork Orange style, keep his eyelids open and force him to watch Cirque du Soleil. That would probably do it for him too.
Yeah, make him watch Tu Wong Fu over and over again, but make him actually realize what it's actually about.
While the cast of Cirque du Soleil tickles his balls. We figured it out. We got there to the end. Yeah.
All right, well, I've got some money to save up. Hey, buddy, what'd you learn today?
I learned several things. I learned that there are little towns all over the country that have their own monster, and they're trying to sell their own T-shirts and their own like cakes that are built after it. And even a man as badass as your old man can believe in bullshit monsters. I also learned that I can't finish 25 ounces of clam juice, beer, and tomato, and desperately need a piss right now.
Yeah.
Because that's going to happen. What'd you learn?
Me too. What I learned? Not much. I learned that you will drink bullshit to piss me off.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Which is the first time that's ever happened, but I let it go. And second, I didn't learn anything else because I knew all about these guys.
I learned that I was right, Zig. You fuck.
You fuck. They do exist, and my old man is terrified of one. He probably owes him money. Anyway, hey, guess what?
What's that, bud?
I love you.
I love you too. I really have to piss. Like it's.
Yeah, you do.
Parts about hanging out with these guys. God damn it, son of a bitch, motherfuck.